I'm not sure if I am recording yet, so give me a minute to figure this out. Let me see. How are y'all doing today, if you're there? Sorry I wasn't here last week. I had an issue. Give me 1 minute and I will let you know. Okay, looks like I am recording on YouTube. I have muted that. Now I need to go over to Twitch and see if I am recording there. I'm actually running this through OBS right now, so there's a possibility that it is not right yet. I should have had all of this set up already, but I did not. Okay. It looks like I might be on Twitch as well. So, welcome back to my channel. I haven't been on for a couple of weeks, and I do want to explain that. I can still hear myself talking. Okay. Twitch was muted, and then I unmuted it thinking I was muting it. Alright, sorry. So I've been gone for 2 weeks, and the first week, I don't remember why I didn't stream. I think I was in the middle of doing something else. I think I had to work that week. Last week, after my friend and I walked, we didn't actually walk because it was like 20 degrees outside and it was too cold. So we were supposed to go to the YMCA. It's a local gym that we have. And we went there. I was in the locker room putting my stuff away because I was at the front desk for a little while. And she went ahead and she got her stuff in the locker and then went to the gym. And she was on the treadmill and she fell off the back of the treadmill and she broke her wrist in 2 places. So I had to take her to the hospital, to the emergency room, and she's okay. It doesn't require surgery, which is a blessing, and she's doing well, I believe. And so that's a thing where she's not going to be able to go to work for like 4 weeks, she said, and that makes me feel awful. I wasn't there when it happened, so I didn't actually see it, but apparently she had clipped that little clippy thing that you get on a treadmill to her shirt, and she went back a little too far, and because she was trying to see the TV that was on the treadmill, but it was too close to her, so she wanted to go back a little bit, and the clippy thing, it released her shirt. It came off of her shirt instead of releasing the magnet part. I don't know if she had it on there tight or no, but she fell backwards and she used her wrist to stop the fall, and her butt too, but we're not going to talk about that part. But she actually broke her wrist in 2 places, and that's why I wasn't there last week, because the gym didn't open till 12 for one thing, so we went there later than we walked normally, and I was at the hospital whenever the stream was supposed to start, and I didn't get home until about 4:30, which is after the stream already ended, so there wasn't anything I could do. And from my phone, I couldn't post a note. I couldn't change anything on the stream. And there was nothing I could do to make it, at least I couldn't think of anything to do at that point. But anyway, it's kind of a mess. It's a messy situation that I seem to get myself into quite a bit. Yeah, let's see. All right, so let's see if I can find what is it called? The Power Palm Pomodoro timer. Oh, it's already on there. Okay, great. Okay, I'm like messing with the thing. I'm so new to this whole OBS thing. But this is it right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that started. See if I can find the chat. I think I definitely need to pop it out because I set up the page on OBS. My brother helped me, and the thing I haven't figured out how to do yet is to review the chat from both YouTube and Twitch. So if you actually type something, and I will try to look for it on the actual streams, but I don't know if I will succeed, so I am going to try to figure that out for the next time. But until then, I am going to go ahead and get started. So let's get started on this first sprint. 25 minutes is on the clock, and let's go ahead and go. And I will try to figure out how to mute everything. Okay. Okay, everyone. Now we're on to our 5-minute break. I'm gonna go ahead and get that timer started. See if I can make myself a little bit bigger. Okay, that's as good as it gets for now. Let's see. Yeah, that's as good as it gets for now. So I'm not used to this OBS thing. I'm gonna have to work on that whenever it's time. But I wanted to say that I'm still working on doing character profiles for the characters in my book. Today I'm working on the 2 side characters, their brother and sister, and I think she is older and she works for the same company that Drina is working at. She's a PI, and I think they're both foreign, and they're trying to get their citizenship, and I think that is becoming a problem because in order to become a citizen, I believe that you'd have to have like a good clean record and all that stuff, and he is unbeknownst getting himself into some hot water, and he's the younger one. He's early 20s, and he has big dreams on, you know, becoming a business owner and to be able to buy his own boat so he can, I guess the stepping stones in his business, he's going to start out as like a delivery person in his own boat, so he doesn't have to, you know, pay, or he doesn't get pay like only for part of the job. He gets the full pay, because right now he's working for another business that basically does the same thing, but he only gets like a portion of the pay. He doesn't get all of it because he has an owner. The business has an owner, and they get the big lump sum of the money basically, and they pretty much pay him pittance. So that's something that he wants to change. He wants to better himself. He wants to be worthy of his chance, because he and his sister are both foreigners, and they've come over to this country hoping to start a new life from where they were, and they're trying to do everything right. And now this is going to be coming into question because he is going to be accused of doing something that I'm not talking about in the book yet, so I can't really say. But anyway, I think that it's important to, you know, live the life that you want to live, to be the best you can be, and I think he is really adhering to that. He's very proud to be coming over here, and he's very proud to, you know, try to do his best, and he wants to show everyone back home that, you know, he can do it himself. He's like living in under his sister's wings basically. She's the older one, she's the more responsible one, she's the one who is a PI, and, you know, I think he's just trying to be his own person. He doesn't want to live in her shadow. So that's what he's trying to do, and he's doing a really good job of it. He's going to have a few setbacks, just like everybody does in books, and that's how it happens. And, you know, I think maybe in the future, maybe he might become, you know, a bigger character. He's going to be a side character. He's going to be, you know, he's going to be her little brother for the most part, and he's going to get himself into trouble, just like Marcus gets himself into trouble. But Marcus is a different story altogether. I don't want to give away too much, as if, you know, whatever. But anyway, I think we are almost done. We got 1 more minute left, and I think there's one person watching, and I'm pretty sure that person is me. So, you know, sorry that I wasn't here the last 2 weeks and trying to make up for it, but there's really not much you can do. I mean, these are for me, and these are for trying to get back on track. I just started my new job this last week, so I've been a little distracted by that, and yeah, I think I have a lot of big plans coming for the new year for this channel, and I really want to, you know, work on making it bigger and better. and actually put real videos out, not just live streams like this. Although I do want to keep doing this because this is forcing me to be productive. This right here, this live stream is forcing me to be productive, so I cannot complain. But looks like my 5 minutes is up. I'm back on 25, so I'm going to go ahead and get back into my character development, and I will talk to you in 25 minutes. All right? So, I'll see you then. Okay. Looks like we are on our next 5-minute break. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on this next time. I don't really have a grasp on OBS yet, and by next time I will become an expert. Possibly. Probably not though. But anyway, still working on those character studies, character development, and I know that I've already written most of Act 1 on this book, and I think I keep stalling because I don't know where the book is going. I thought I had a good ending to it, but I'm having trouble getting there. There's a lot in the middle, and it's the mystery of it, and I have to put forth many false leads, and I have to put forth many suspects before, you know, the real culprit is brought out in the end. And I'm trying to figure out, I mean, because I already know who the bad person is, but I still have to put forth other people that are plausible in, you know, in this crime that has occurred. And that's the part that I'm having trouble with. So, it does not matter. So, let me tell you about my first week at my new job. So, this is a strange week to have started because they have the whole Christmas theme happening. The very first day I went there, my manager and the other girls on the team that were there, one person was on vacation, but the team pretty much took me to lunch and we got to know each other a little bit better. The second day, Tuesday, was their food day, and they had a gift exchange for Christmas. And I wasn't participating in it because I did a gift exchange, like a Secret Santa thing, at my old job, and I didn't want to do both of them because, to be completely frank, I didn't have enough money to do it, you know. I've been like scrambling to pay bills, and I've been working Uber Eats. I've been doing DoorDash on the weekends and in the evenings just to get by because the old job didn't pay me enough to, you know, keep me in a normal life, I guess you can say. But anyway, enough about that. But so the second day of employment at this company, the girls in my team, they all got me a gift. Every single one of them. My manager and 3 of the girls are on the team, and each one of them gave me a gift. And I was very shocked, and you know, I felt so welcomed by them because, you know, you don't expect that. It's the second time that we've met. I didn't know them, they didn't know me, but they got me a gift, and I felt so bad that I hadn't gotten them anything, but they said that's okay, and I'm like, okay, well, I really appreciate it. I thought that it was very thoughtful of them to have done that, and I still do. I think it's very sweet of them. So I was very happy about that. The third day was like not just the internal group in my location, it was other locations throughout the country, like several others, like Indianapolis. There was people in Chicago, people in LA, I think, or no, San Francisco, and a few other places, Charlotte, North Carolina. And what they did was one person, like the boss of everybody, he bought pizza or lunch, or in the case of San Francisco, bagels, because it was still like they're 2 or 3 hours, you know, behind us. So they got bagels, we got pizza, because I'm in the St. Louis area. And so it was really great. But what they did was they sent all of us to a conference room where they had video technology, and they were pretty much live streaming at all locations, and everybody could watch each other open their gifts because they had like a gift exchange through something like that. Maybe it was like the manager's gift exchange. I'm not really sure why they had two of them. I'm still new, so I don't really know how to answer that question. But anyway, they all were watching each other open gifts. Not everybody in the room had them, only a few. So I don't know how that worked. But anyway, it was really cool to get to see people in other locations that are still part of the team. And that was really good. And the pizza was yum. I wish I had some right now because it was so good. So that was really nice. And then, Thursday and Friday were great as well. I mean, we didn't have food days or anything like that. It was back to normal, but I still thought it was so cool of those guys. And I've never been so welcomed into a new department before, and I thought that was great. So kudos to you guys for making me feel welcome. All right. They're probably not going to ever watch this, but it's okay. The thought was really great for them to do that. So looks like we've already come to our next 25-minute sprint. So I have finished, well, the little brother's name's Anton. Okay, so and then his big sister is Katerina, and she is called Kit. And yeah, it might be like one of those American Girl dolls or whatever those things are. I can't remember what they're called now. Was it American Girl doll or American Girl Place? It's like a Chicago store that sells dolls. But anyway, it doesn't matter. One of the dolls, or one of the girls in one of the books that they wrote for a character that is also a doll, her name was Kit. Yeah, okay, we're moving on. So now I'm working on her profile and trying to figure out her character development. What's going to happen in this book with her. She's working on citizenship. She's working on, she has feelings for somebody that hopefully is going to go somewhere during this book. And if it doesn't, well, that'll be okay with her. But she really wants it to happen. And she's, trying to be her best self too, like her brother, because she knows what her parents went through to get them there. And she's trying to be worthy, just like her brother. They're both trying to be worthy of the sacrifice that was made to give them a better life. And a lot of other people in this country don't really know what that's like. I mean, I don't really know what that's like either, but, it's a touchy subject for some people, so I don't want to say too much, but I feel like they need to make the best of their situation, and I think that's going to help. All right, so anyway, going to go back to it. I'm going to start this next sprint and mute it, and we'll talk in about 25 minutes. All right, bye. Okay, time's up. Another 25-minute out of the way. Let's go ahead and get this timer started. 5-minute break. And I think, well, I don't really have any control over changing the timer from 25 to anything else, but I really hoped to have been done with this by 4 o'clock my time, because the sun is starting to set at about that time. Well, I've got about, that's when golden hour starts basically, and then at 4:42 is when sunset happens. So it's starting to get dark, and I still have to go get some groceries for lunches for this next week coming up, and I would really like to do that while, you know, daylight still exists. But I suppose it doesn't really matter. It's just that whenever, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it doesn't happen to anybody else, but once that sun goes down, my motivation for doing anything sinks like an anchor in the ocean. And I never want to do anything after that. And it's like my reason for doing anything is forgotten because it's dark outside. Dark outside is, it's time to relax. It's time to watch stupid TV that I don't usually watch. I watch it all the time. But anyway, yeah, that's when my productivity drops off majorly, because it's, I don't know, maybe something about sunlight just perks you up, makes you be happy. Being out in it would be even better, but I'm here trying to be productive. And this apartment that I have is not very bright. The light that you see is mostly from a softbox light. It's not from the window, which is open. And you do see some sun hitting the wall back behind me, but yeah, most of the light that you're seeing here is from that light. My apartment is just so dark. Even if I opened all the windows are small, so you probably wouldn't get a good view of anything. I would like to be able to live in an apartment that has a lot of natural light, and I have before. When I lived in, well, before I moved here, the apartment that I lived in was pretty nice. It had two, well, there's actually one door, but it was like a double paned window that went all the way from the top to the bottom of the floor, like patio doors. But it was like the balcony door, basically, but only one of them opened. It wasn't a sliding glass door. It was an door that actually opened and closed, but it let in a lot of sunlight. And the other windows in the other rooms were like twice as big as this, and it just brought in so much more sunlight, and I really miss that. I feel like more sunlight makes me more active and more cheery. I know it doesn't really show. It doesn't come across very well with me. My cheer vector is down. Okay, my nose is getting kind of stuffy too. Sorry about that. I am, I don't know, trying to be productive, but it's not working very well. So, I still have another minute left before, and I don't really know what to talk about. So, let's see. I have to create a storyboard or a story for another character that I hadn't even thought of. Like, Drina is the main character, and she is sort of estranged from her parents because she believes that her father is dead. I don't think he is, but she believes he is. And it's going to come out, maybe not in this book, but maybe in future books, maybe the last one. I don't even know how many books there are going to be for this one, but it's going to come out that he's not dead. And he's been staying away from her because it's safer for her that way. And I think she blames herself for him supposedly dying, and she has the same gift that he had, and I think she's coming to terms with that. All right, 25 minutes is back on the clock. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. So let's get started on another sprint. This is the last sprint, and we will end the vlog after this one. After the vlog, the live stream after this one. Let's give it one last push. Let's get this done. Then we can go grocery shopping or clean or do whatever it is. I haven't put my tree up yet. I really want to, because I have a project that I've been working on and it's not done, and I really want to put the Christmas decorations up, but I haven't done that yet. But let me show you. This is something that I've been working on, and it's a special project, and I know that you can't really tell what this is, but it's going to be a map of the area in which my characters live. So it's kind of like storyboarding. Oh, sorry, my chair doesn't like to move. It's kind of like storyboarding, world building, but it'll help me tremendously to be able to do that. And right now I have a map. I've shown it in like previous videos a long time ago, a couple years ago, that I have a map written on my dry erase board, and it's been there since I moved, and it's been like 2 or 3 years now, and I want to use that for something else, and so I'm gonna have to erase everything off of there. But before I do, I want to be able to create a map that has all the cities that are on, in any of the books that I write, has locations of the locations, like the agency that Drina works is called Appleton Investigations, I think. Appleton Agency, something like that. And there's a cafe. I want to be able to put all of those places, like the hospital and different marinas that will appear in the book. And I want to be able to map those out. And so when I say that somebody's driving from, the cafe to the bar to the hospital or whatever, I have a more accurate picture in my mind about what that looks like in real life, and how long it'll take, stuff like that. So I think it's very important to keep these things straight in your mind, so you're less likely to slip up and say it took her, 5 minutes to get from here to there, when you know for sure that it's going to take at least an hour. So these are things that you have to think about when you're an author, because things can go awry pretty quickly. Okay, what's happening here? All right, let's get to this last one, the last stream. 25 minutes on the clock. I'm going to shut up and write. All right, you do the same. right. 25 minutes is up, and we are already past 4 o'clock, which is where I wanted to stop, but I tended to jabber on, I suppose. So, I guess what's going forward next week, Sunday, since my friend is still unable to walk, I think 2 o'clock stream is still a good time for me. So I will be doing this again next week, next Sunday. Monday for some people who are in other countries that are working ahead of schedule. Well, I don't know. But anyway, I am going to be working on another actual video, like a vlog. I want to do something with the picture I showed you earlier, the map. That is the special project I've been working on. And I did put a post out there with the picture of it, but I didn't really give too much information about it. And I've told you in the last break session that what it was and why I was doing it, and I want to finish the video for that and finish a video for, wishing everybody Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or whatever it is that works for you. And I want to try to create a schedule for next year in 2026. I'm making a promise to myself and to you that I am going to be putting out more videos. It's time to start taking this seriously, because since I've started the new job pays me better than the old job. So I will not have to do as much Uber Eats, DoorDash. I won't have to do that as much. Because hopefully, maybe not at all. And, that will free up a lot of time. It frees up a lot of anxiety on my part. Because doing those things, it's easy. It's not that bad. But sometimes it can be kind of sketchy. And it does take up a lot of time. Yesterday, that's what I did from the moment I woke up to the moment I, sat down and had dinner. I worked. I did DoorDash and Uber Eats all day yesterday. And honestly, I didn't get as much money as I would have hoped I had gotten. I'd gotten maybe $60 the whole day. The whole day. $60. And that's for doing those. There was some time in between, but it just doesn't get you enough money. Because I would pick up food from a restaurant and then I'd have to drive it 10 to 15 minutes to wherever somebody had purchased it from. And I think a lot of those things is because a lot of restaurants are, there are some that are like franchised all over the place, but I think one of them that's in Granite City area, it was like a Wingstop. And I believe that their Wingstop may have closed, and so they order it from the Collinsville Wingstop, and they don't realize it, but they have it delivered to them. So I have to drive, 10 to 15 minutes to wherever they are to deliver it, and the wear and tear in my car doesn't really make it worth it for me. And it's always a crapshoot wondering if they're gonna tip or not, and they always give them an hour after you deliver to be able to change the tip to whatever you want, So whenever they quote you that little price in the beginning, that's not a guarantee. They can take the tip away, or they can make it less, or they can make it more. It depends. And I never do anything wrong to my estimation, but people just don't have a lot of money these days, and so they don't always want to tip you good. And since they have the opportunity to change their minds with what they're tipping, that kind of puts everybody in a bad spot. I don't know. I've been watching this guy, Crazy Bags. He's on Twitch. He's a delivery driver. He does Spark. And Spark is the Walmart version of Uber Eats and Uber. So basically, he either picks up groceries that have already been shopped by other people and delivers it to the people's homes. And it's not always just groceries. It's like anything that you can buy at Walmart. and sometimes it'll be shop and then deliver, so it depends, but it's all a Walmart thing. So he does that all day long. He wakes up early and he does it until like after dark, and after that's like so many hours. I just don't know how he does it. But he ends up with like $300 a day. That's his goal. And he usually makes it. But that's a long day, you know. That's, you know, yesterday I was not having it very well. It was just nerve-wracking for me. And then I did the morning by myself, but then I asked my mom, because she doesn't like to get out too much, or she wants to get out much, but she doesn't drive anymore, so she doesn't get a chance to go out anywhere. So I asked her if she wanted to come with me, and you know, she usually stayed in the car. She didn't come in with me or anything like that, but it makes her feel good to get out and do something, you know. It's a different scenery than the inside of her house. So she came with me, and we went out for a couple hours, and it was okay, but you know, my temperament wasn't there yesterday. I was crabby or something, and then I ended up having a headache and towards the end of the day, and it's just with the traffic, I guess the holiday stress, you know, the app on the phone wasn't working properly because I was at this one person's house to deliver food, and the app wasn't getting good cell service or something, and it just wasn't working. I had to close it and open it again, and you know, it's just, yeah, frustrations. So I would much rather not have to do that, which is why I wanted to get a different job, because I had a money problem. I wasn't having enough money, and I fixed that problem. But, you know, I've only been there for 1 week, and I haven't gotten that first paycheck yet, so I'm still in the need to earn money by doing side jobs. That didn't sound right, but you know what I mean, like a side hustle, which is the Uber Eats, or the, you know, I don't want to even do Uber anymore, like the regular driving people around thing. I don't want to do that anymore. So DoorDash, delivering food and groceries, that's my thing now. So hopefully in a few weeks I won't have to do that anymore, and then I can concentrate more on writing and creating more videos for this channel and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of things I need to, you know, figure out about all this stuff, and create a schedule, create videos, create, you know, trying to figure out what the heck this story is even going to be. And yeah, a lot of things I'm working on, so you can look forward to that in the future. But for now, I guess I'm gonna sign out, and I guess I hope if you were watching this all the way through, I hope you got something done. And I guess I will see you next week. I will definitely be back at 2 p.m. next week. No excuses and no wishy-washy running around the bush thing. So I will talk to you next week. And if I don't see you again before Christmas, happy holidays, Merry Christmas if that's what you're into. Happy Hanukkah, happy whatever, I don't know. Happy holidays.